Let's watch it. Royalty is here. The aftermath of Misqueef.
So as of recently, I found that the average lifespan of a creator or streamer, especially
5 years. 5 years. Also, wait, what the fuck is going on over here?
Nowadays, is constantly shortening as the years go by. As in 1 minute.
Isn't Kai, like, he took a break from, he's like indefinitely hiatus for streaming, but he still gets paid like hundreds of thousands of dollars from recurring subscriptions. People are mauling about that.
A streamer can be at the top of their game with a loving audience, and in the next they are universally hated because they got too popular to the point where people just got tired of them, and it became the next big thing to hate them and constantly remind them that they have fallen off if they are just slightly below their average viewership. Or the other option, they get involved in a controversy which completely destroys their career and viewership to the point where nobody wants to associate with them.
I think Sekuno and him are a little bit different, huh?
Nobody wants to even mention their name, and it's almost impossible for them to fully return to the viewership they once had. Well, unless they have a significant amount of hate watchers. And at the same time, there is like a 0.001%.
Oh no! It's this Wings of Redemption
chance that they evolve to become a lolcow. So basically, everything that happened to
we just watched a video on him too.
Pirate Software.
You heard this guy worked at Blizzard? Oh man. Did you read that in a Reddit thread? Tell me about it in the unbanned request, chat hopper.
This is what I mean. Like, just don't, like, read it and don't respond. You're, like, unironically such a lolcow.
You're overreacting? No, I'm not. I worked at Blizzard for 7 years.
But on that...
You're overreacting? No, I'm
That's insane to me that he's...
I'm not. I worked at Blizzard for 7 years.
But on that topic,
there
was a streamer that recently...
I'm banning a guy for making a joke, like, immediately. Like, when someone makes a joke in my chat, first time chatter, I usually give them, like, at least 2 to 3, maybe even 5 other messages before I even consider... like, even, like, timing out or permitting them. Like, I want to tell if they're joking, if they're bringing in good vibes. Like, because sometimes someone can make a joke and they're like, oh, you know, like, I didn't mean it that way. I thought it was being funny. Yeah, like, we usually give people a chance. Even my mods are pretty lenient. It's about the vibes.
Saw a similar downfall to Pirate Software, and their situation was something very similar to what I previously described. But instead of their main critiques being that they come off as pretentious, can never admit they're in the wrong, and constantly mention how they worked for that one game company in almost every sentence.
And Blizzard, because having worked at Blizzard.
Unlike Pirate Software, this streamer mainly saw a so-called fall-off due to a shift in how they acted on their streams compared to how they previously acted years prior. They had quite a few controversies surrounding them and very serious allegations made against them. And even after a lot of these things happened, in the aftermath, they would first claim they were going to go quote-unquote full demon time.
Never did, by the way. I was waiting for that. I was like, I can't wait for that. That would be such great content.
It's time to go full demon time.
Demon time.
It is time to go full demon time.
Demon time.
And it is time to go full demon time.
And also their behavior after these serious allegations were made has been quite questionable to say the least.
Day 4 being canceled. Let's go get a hair transplant.
You burned my house to the ground! My family's dead! What do I do? I'm gonna find you, fucker. I'm gonna...
Relationship, alright? That was me. It was not her. I was actually the progressive one. Yes, I have blown a fucking dude before.
Okay. I really didn't need to know that information. Also, why does... Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna ask questions.
But the streamer I'm referring to is Mizkif, whose reputation, especially online, isn't the best right now. And he's someone we're going to be talking about today, focusing on the events that happened after the main situation that occurred all the way back in October of 2025. However, if you don't know who Mizkif is and how he got into this situation, before we get into the aftermath, let me quickly regale you of the tale about how he went from seemingly nothing to one of the top streamers of Twitch to
I truly believe that some people just hide their power level of their dickishness, and then as soon as clout or fame or money is involved, clout and fame is interchangeable, but as soon as money usually gets involved, they show their true colors. I don't know, I think some people are immune to money, like, I don't know, like Aspen, for example, like, he doesn't live in a fucking mansion, he has, like, one nice car, if I remember correctly, and that's it. Like, he barely takes care of himself because he just doesn't want to. Yeah, that will be me when I get 2 viewers, hot poggers in the chat. Go check out the 2-viewer Andy over here.
Now one that is mainly regarded with infamy. Mizkif started streaming all the way back in 2016, where he would stream to a small community, mainly streaming World of Warcraft with his unique personality.
I love WoW.
He did this while studying finance at college, and he would graduate with his finance degree in 2017, which around this time he already gave up on streaming, and already had a job lined up for him straight out of college with a well-known company called
Wow, that's really privileged. I will say that.
Vanguard. But he wouldn't be able to pursue that job due to a heart problem he developed, and 2, because he had to move from
myocarditis, my mom has that.
His current
You can live with it your whole life, but it is annoying for sure.
State to Florida because his family was struggling financially. But
It's
with
just
that
genetic.
job out of the picture, he would
can live
decide
your whole
on top of
life
starting to
to be a
stream
normal
again, he
person.
would make YouTube videos about other streamers and how they became so popular, which wasn't a bad idea since this type of content was doing very well around that time, and it could potentially be seen by the person he made the video about, thus increasing the chances of his channel being noticed.
I think this is BFA. No, maybe this was WAD. Because he's in his garrison. God damn, that's so old,
His
man.
first video would be uploaded in 2018 called Who is Tyler 1, which didn't get any views until a popular streamer reacted to it, which was not Tyler 1, but his brother Erob. He ended up liking the video and encouraged people to check out his channel, and from there he started making more videos, which did very well, with many of the streamers discussed in them reacting to them live in front of thousands. However, with the success on YouTube, the infamous streamer Ice Poseidon would take notice and offered to fly him out to do a better video on his story, as the one he already uploaded he thought could be better. But the video never really happened because none of the people there, including Ice Poseidon, took any interest in it, which would result in Mizkif eventually just becoming the cameraman for the streams. And he did a good job and fit in quite well with the group, and a lot of viewers liked him. However, this would be short-lived, as due to a specific event involving the police and Ice Poseidon's ex-girlfriend, dubbed the Horseshoe Bear Incident, Mizkif would leave the group and go back to streaming on his own Twitch channel around July of 2018. He would return to streaming in the World of Warcraft section, but he also changed it up a bit by inviting many other up-and-coming streamers on
I think he started doing the dating thing too, where like talking to girls.
His stream, where they would all turn on their cams and mainly talk shit to each other.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up?
Who's that?
That's Erob. He looks so fried, bro.
Is that Tyler 1?
Tyler 1.
Who is that?
No, it's his brother.
I'm gonna go.
This worked
gonna
quite
go.
well and became
I'm
his
done.
primary source of content for a while, and people loved it. This is where his viewership really started to skyrocket, which eventually provided him with the opportunity to move to Austin, Texas in 2019. And when he was there, he began collaborating with many of the streamers in that area, thus creating the Twitch Austin scene, which was a collection of large streamers that mainly lived in Austin and regularly collaborated with each other. His viewership would go up even more, and this was also around the time he would begin associating and eventually dating the streamer Maya Higa.
Oh, is that a dodo bird?
Oh, yeah.
Not that. Yes, it is a dodo bird with a hat on. No!
During 2020, he was one of the top streamers on Twitch, and around the same time, he would be one of the founding members of a content creator group called OTK, or One True King, which nowadays a lot of the founding members have left. He would reach his peak in 2022, averaging over 30,000 viewers per stream, but just as he hit his peak, things would take a drastic turn, primarily due to a controversy that came about surrounding one of his friends called Crazy Slick. In 2021, it was alleged that Crazy Slick had assaulted a girl at a party, and in the following year of 2022, it was alleged that Mizkif would send his girlfriend at the time, Maya, and the streamer Mitch Jones to the victim's house when they were going to originally speak out about what happened to them. This would start the allegation that Mizkif attempted to cover up sexual assault for his friend, which led to a call being leaked, which was Mizkif and a bunch of
it's Destiny playing Factorio!
Other streamers talking about the situation just as it went public. Still to this day, it's unsure what happened, but this would be an allegation that significantly affected Mizkif's career going forward, as he would lose quite a bit.
Trust no motherfuckers, bro. Trust no one.
Of his viewership, some other creators would distance themselves from him, he would be investigated by OTK, of which they found no wrongdoing in the end, and he would also be involved in a legal battle with the victim for defamation. This is a period he would regard as one of the worst times of his life, as both his career and mental health were seriously impacted by all of this.
It's a lot of stress.
Ruined my life.
Getting sued is very stressful, no matter what. Like, yeah, you might be guilty or not guilty. It's still stressful.
I've been traumatized. I've been from it. I've been depressed. My brain up. I feel like my brain is cracked from it forever. And it ruined my image, my reputation. My friends stopped hanging out with me. People started ditching me. Streamer friends of mine backstabbed me and made videos or comments about it.
Hold on. Did you just say streamer friends? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be the one to say it, bro. I think that, like, very few streamers are actually friends, even if they say they're friends. I think streaming is generally, like, for content. Like, a lot of people, you don't know their true colors until it's too late. And a lot of streamers that collab together, they might not even be, like, actual friends. Because it's, like, forward-facing.
When they didn't know the truth. Yeah.
In 2024, the court would throw out the case, and he would apparently claim this proved that he did nothing wrong at the time, but some would voice the opinion that this was a defamation case and wasn't solely about if he did or did not attempt to cover up the alleged actions.
I don't know how
However,
the law
even
works.
after the court case was thrown out, no matter what content he did or who he collabed with, his reputation still didn't improve, and he never fully recovered.
Yeah.
He did find himself in a few other controversies.
Yeah, this sucked. I covered this. I thought this was so cringe.
In the years that followed, but nothing would compare to what happened in October of 2025. Emiru, someone that was previously in a relationship with Mizkif, would go on.
By the way, to note, he got called out by, I do apologize. I know what she looks like. I think her name is Kaho. She called him out on this, and apparently he got super duper offended and, like, freaked out at her kind of in DMs. And was, like, being rude to her, and I just, like, saw that, like, later on, and I was like, dude. I don't know, man. It just, like, it's a telltale thing for me, like people, yeah, Kaho, yeah. It's just, like, such a telltale thing for me, like, when people, I don't like the idea of leaking DMs, but in her case, she was defending herself. Because people were, like, attacking her, be like, oh, well, you shouldn't have, like, told him anything, and, like, he didn't know any better. It's like, yeah, I don't know about that. Now I kind of doubt that, considering all the fucking DMs that got leaked.
A streamer alleged that whilst dating Mizkif, she experienced things like abuse, stalking, and in one instance, sexual assault, to name a few.
I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing.
Some of these events were caught on camera, like when Mizkif was supposedly angry, Emiru had
the text messages and stuff, and the Discord messages were pretty bad.
More views than him for a Rust event, and he started slamming doors.
Yeah.
Why are we all acting like we haven't murdered, like we haven't pillaged?
She also claims that he went up to
so
one of her
bad.
associates and said if she ever leaked anything, he would go nuclear and bring up things like her mistreatment of her.
And again, nothing ever happened to that.
rabbits.
At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with him.
And he did indeed bring up her rabbits in his response, on top of claiming she also did a lot of the things he did, with the most quoted part being him claiming she was also violent because she threw clubs and plushies at him.
No, you did it too, when? That's why I did it.
That the situations got
Fucking
so bad,
baby
but
logic.
Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression.
This comment alone was used to clown on him and still follows him around to this day. Well, that and his comment about going demon time and supposedly exposing a lot of people in the streaming space.
It is time to go full demon time. Just letting you know, there is no holding back. Who cares anymore? I will expose everything about every person that you've ever known.
He also mentions the alleged sexual assault event that Emiru talked about, but offers a bit of a different story, with the key difference being that he describes the events leading up to it, and he doesn't mention she was crying at the time.
At BJ's, a common place where we would get food, and then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong, or did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house.
This response wasn't really that well perceived on the internet. A lot of people were on Emiru's side at this point, and some just saw it as him basically doing what she said he would do and interpreted as him admitting to some of the accusations. People also began combing through a bunch of old streams to find any other times Mizkif exhibited supposed abuse.
I think to me also a big damning evidence that he is not a nice person is the clips of him yelling at Maya or her displaying signs of like being weird around him when they were in a relationship. It's a repeated pattern like thing. Again, if they had a perfect relationship, I would be less inclined. Again, it's not 100% evidence, but it definitely shows like a pattern of behavior. And I really don't like that.
To behavior,
and she's a
or
nice
it was
lady
referenced,
too.
And a few clips did resurface at the time as a result of this.
Yeah, this one where he like threw the Starbucks at her or something. Like she left some like empty bag of Starbucks, or it was like filled with trash, and he threw it at her or something. I don't remember.
And responses, Mizkif would start a legal battle against multiple people, such as Emiru, Asmongold, who was heavily supportive of Emiru, OTK, Mythic Talent, and Gaming Labs, mainly for defamation. But that is the basic of the basic explanation of who Mizkif is and how his life got flipped up, turned upside down. But after all of this, Mizkif's behavior has been somewhat bizarre to say the least.
Why do you think she took 4.5 months to respond to my letter? Which then she responded and said it was her emotional truth. Because she wants me to shut the fuck up. She wants the community to move on. She wants the internet to say...
So before this main controversy, like I said, Mizkif's streaming career wasn't exactly going in an upwards trend, one could say. Primarily due to previous controversies and his reputation at the time. But with the Emiru situation and his response not exactly being the best, what he had left of his streaming career at this point took somewhat of a freefall. His YouTube channel that previously sat at over 1 million subscribers saw a loss of around 80,000, and it is constantly going down. Almost everybody previously associated with him publicly disowned him and distanced themselves from him, or in some cases just...
I mean, I wouldn't take Valkyrie fucking... Valkyrie also threw fucking Sykkuno under the bus really hard, too. And Pokey. Yeah.
Refused to mention his name in general. However, when it came to things like his Twitch channel, it didn't take much of a hit because I'm pretty sure after his response, he never streamed on Twitch again.
It's
he
like
actually,
high school.
understandably, didn't stream for a while, but would eventually return. But I hear you asking, when he returned, did he go full demon time like he promised? No. He started uploading short-form content of random skits and I guess some that were just attempts at rage bait, which, to be fair to Mizkif, did actually work. A lot of people interacted with those posts.
Yeah, he probably made
There's
a
even
decent
one
amount of
where
money.
he emotes outside the courthouse, I assume after filing his lawsuit.
It's copyrighted music.
The rage bait even developed to the point where it had its own romance arc where he started telling everyone he was dating someone, and then a few weeks later that he was going to be a dad, and then another few weeks later that they broke up. To be fair, once again, this rage bait did work.
Yeah.
But eventually he would clarify everything.
Can't believe so many people fell for the pregnancy bit. Bro, how many of you guys actually thought I was in a relationship?
I think that's cringe. Like, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that shit.
Can I ask you guys that? How many of you really...
Like, faking being in a relationship is one thing, but faking being pregnant, like, there's a lot of people that want to try and get pregnant, too. Like, I don't know, man. I had a cousin that fucking was trying to get pregnant, she just couldn't. And people would make April Fool's jokes, and it's like, haha, guys. I didn't actually have a baby, you guys. I don't know, it's weird.
Thought I was in a relationship? Okay, good. I'm assuming most of my core viewers knew that I was not in a relationship and it was just pure troll.
But in regards to streaming, he would eventually come back, but this time, instead of streaming on Twitch, he would stream on Kick as part of a deal he made. He even had an announcement trailer for his move in which people obviously reacted the way you'd expect, but some also pointed out that this decision was a bit hypocritical since he'd previously stated that he would never go to Kick because the owner of Kick made him supposedly want to harm himself.
I will not go to Kick. Period. Exclamation point. Play. Period. That's it. That's all you need to know.
He talks like a robot.
Why? I've had times where I've thought about it. I've had times where I think about it. Their owner made me try to kill myself. I will not go to Kick.
And people also called him hypocrite since he's been streaming slots and gambling, when previously he was a key voice pushing for it to get banned on Twitch. In fact,
like, it's virtue signaling. It's the popular thing, you have to say it, and if you don't say it, then you don't get attention.
He was so against it led to the interaction that brought about the controversy in 2023. But either way, he had found a new home on Kick, and to be honest, he wasn't doing too bad. He still had quite a large audience. But at the same time, he also had nothing to lose at this point. He had already lost most of his connections in the streaming space, he lost his main platform that he had for years, and most people already thought the worst of him. So with all of that said, he didn't have to hold his tongue anymore, with his mindset probably being what more could happen to him now. So he just didn't hold back anymore. He jumped on any drama he could and no longer had any filter.
I'm so grateful for every moment I've experienced in my career thus far, and I can't wait to see what this next chapter holds. Is she good? Where is she on the retard leaderboard?
Wait a minute. Yeah, I was about to say, you're one to talk, you fucking idiot. What are you, some kind of retarded? Yeah, like, you're one to talk.
He began talking negatively about most of the people in the streaming space and anyone that had previously associated with him.
On why I
He's
don't
a
like
scorned girlfriend.
She literally immediately sided with Emiru, a girl she doesn't know for shit, a girl she doesn't talk to at all, and just completely sided with her and threw me away, even though when she was massively canceled by the entire internet, I was there for her. I signed her papers to come to America. And this girl fucking turned on me.
Like, you really can't make everyone happy. Like,
Emily, it's not that you're fake, it's you're insufferable. Like, my God, I haven't been around you in, like, fucking years, but Jesus Christ, listening to a minute clip of this was just a lot. Like, it's like, you're just insufferable.
Dude, he's lashing. He's crashing the fuck out.
Bro, like, and as you get older, this kind of noise just drives you fucking crazy.
He even went as far to send someone to observe the court proceedings for a protective order against one of his detractors, which was Tectone, and even recorded him as he left the courthouse after losing the case and then aired it all out on his stream.
Tectone was in court today with 5 lawyers. You know how scared you must be to have 5 lawyers? My op went...
You farmed, you get farmed back. That's what I always say. I'm sorry. I know. He didn't do anything illegal, by the way, filming him leaving the courthouse. You're allowed to do that. It's public.
Hidden, by the way. And he sat there collecting notes the entire time. Tectone has a protective order from Pink Chew. For the next 10 years, Tectone can't own guns. Tectone is not allowed anywhere near her. Hundreds of yards he has to be away from her. The walk of shame as he lost a court case to Pink Chew.
Fun fact, you can't own a gun or have a gun if you have a restraining order or if someone has a restraining order on you. Yep. Fun little tidbit.
You can tell by his fucking giant dome and who that walk is.
Yep.
That it's him.
He even started putting a picture of the person who filed the
crazy.
protective order on his streams so Tectone could not directly respond to them because apparently it would be a violation of his court order.
Some records. But I gotta give it to Mizkif. He puts Tectone's ex-girlfriend onto his stream so Tectone can't react to any of his videos.
Wait. That's cooked.
He had to go full cam.
To give it to Mizkif,
Okay, that's
that is
funny.
D1 hating at its finest.
Yeah.
When Turkey Tom had his
crazy.
allegations drop, he was one of the first people to condemn Tom, even though the Turkey would later prove his innocence.
Ooh.
This is the guy that
I didn't say nothing. I believed in Turkey Tom. Yep.
attacked me. He's a guy that has worse allegations than me.
Yeah, allegations, and they turned out to be completely wrong, you fucking retard.
Hates women, apparently.
He even had receipts. The motherfucker had receipts. He was fully vindicated, essentially.
Allegedly.
And the bitch that went after him or, like, tried to take him down, she completely backpedaled, too. Like, I don't know, man. It's... where's allegations? I like the framing of that. Like, the framing. Allegations.
Records their sexual encounters. He's bisexual, which is fucking disgusting.
But didn't this guy have a clip of him saying he needs to suck dick? And then he's progressive because of it? You blew a guy, yeah!
This guy's a monster.
He even began speaking to Ice Poseidon again after the two have been at each other's throats for years now.
Of course, bro. We're Kick Brothers. You can go to the Iron Forge.
Sick, yeah. I didn't know. I heard a rumor that I was banned at the Iron Forge.
No, don't be silly. That may have been Fandy who did that, but I would never. No, you made me, Paul. Of course you can go to the Iron Forge.
He started saying the wildest things that he himself knew wasn't true just to farm clips.
You blew a trans? Okay, so, listen.
What?
Some people blow stoplights, like Emmy, or stop signs. I blow trans. Is that really a big deal?
That's his... Okay, hold on. That kind of cooked.
Okay, I was actually the progressive one after all in the
She
relationship.
does blow
right?
stop signs a lot.
It was not her. I was actually the progressive one. Yes, I have blown a fucking dude before. Why did I do it? Because, chap, I think in life you should try everything, right? I believe that. Should you kill someone? Yeah, try it. Fuck it. Everyone should kill someone at one point in your life.
And the reason these clips were being circulated so much was because Mizkif was working with clippers to circulate them, which to be fair is quite common in the streaming space.
That is, yes, clip farming.
It's how streamers get more traction to their streams. But Mizkif got into a situation with one of said clippers where they leaked DMs claiming Mizkif was censoring them and treating them poorly.
Mizkif exposed for abusing clippers. Mizkif's DMs were leaked by me controlling what he wants on my ex account and being verbally abusive and threatening to be removed from the Kick program. Dirk. You're so cringe. You're
so cringe for telling everyone that I'm a piece of shit, bro.
Leaking your DMs with the guy that helped you and you got a viewership from that?
But at the same time, whilst all of this is happening, he occasionally gets frustrated or upset that people don't support him or want to hear what he has to say regarding his side of the Emiru situation. And in my opinion...
Yeah, does that justify being a piece of shit? Dude, I don't know, man. I feel like he does not have morals, genuinely.
He wants people to believe him. It's a bit counterintuitive to be saying arbitrary things or rage-pitting all for the sake of clip farming, because if anything, it just made people believe him less. But then again, it would be fair to argue that people were never going to believe him, as most had already made their minds up since his response.
4.5 months, I don't have a voice. Everyone took that voice from me. Everyone did. Everyone took that voice. I don't have a voice. This is not going any. No one cares. I still have to do chat. I'm fucked up. I don't know what to do.
That clip.
as someone who has seen a fair amount of like kids trying to cry, that looked like a kid trying to cry on demand after. Yeah, like the like, you know that kid thing that kids do when they like hyperventilate because they're about to like freak the fuck out? They do that and then they throw themselves at the wall. I don't know, you guys have cousins, maybe you have like relatives that are little children, like you know exactly what I'm talking about. When they take deep breaths and they're about to schizo, they go full demon time. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You might not have kids, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
What I just showed you was his reaction to the latest development in the court case with Emiru, and usually a lawyer would advise you not to comment on an active court case, let alone a defamation case, but Mizkif once again has not held back. He has been talking about both Emiru and the court case quite a lot, and I mean a lot.
You're gonna win? Oh, absolutely. I know I'm gonna win. The question is, how long is it gonna fucking take? If you know everything, you know how insane she is for saying what she said. It's the truth. If the more you know, the more you're like, it's fucking insane that she went live and said any of that. Everyone's on her side. That is so false. That is not true, bro. 2 months ago, I would say, yeah, but not anymore. No. You got to realize, there's a lot of people that would defend her because she's her, because they're Asmund viewers, because they're Tectone viewers, because she's the innocent girl, whatever the fuck. She wants the community to move on. She wants the internet to say, oh, who cares about this anymore?
I will say that I would be a hypocrite for saying that females do not have a bias in calling out abuse on a man and stuff, but what I saw and the repeated actions from years and years ago shows to me that you have a screw loose and you just surround yourself in toxicity. Sorry, buddy. Like, I do like to give men the benefit of the doubt. I do. I really do. I give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Even if chat doesn't like it, they're like, oh, well, she's a hoe. She deserved it. I don't care. Like, I don't know. I like to let things unfold and, like, see if there's repeated behavior or offenses. This guy's full of them, man.
She wants to just pretend this didn't happen. Yeah, I lied about Miz, all this stuff. I ruined his fucking life. Let's just move on. Ooh, look, cosplay. Wow. No. This is not okay. I know the internet moves really fast nowadays. I understand people's attention spans are nothing. So I'm going to keep fucking talking about this. Because I'm going to let every day people know the truth, that she lied. And if I have to do that for the rest of my life, I will.
Regarding his case with Emiru, Asmongold and others, it's still ongoing but has seen a bit of development. Both Asmongold and Emiru have moved for a motion to dismiss, with Asmongold claiming in the defamation case he was just repeating Mizkif's own words from his response. And Emiru, with her motion to dismiss, says that it was her emotional truth when she was describing the events. Mizkif and others with this statement came to the conclusion that this was Emiru and her team backtracking over the claim that Mizkif allegedly sexually assaulted her, mainly focusing on the claim that it was her emotional truth that this happened.
Reasonable viewer would unquestionably understand that the term is her own description of what happened to her. The viewer is not left to guess as to nature of the assault based solely on the term sexual assault. Yes. This is what she wrote. This is the fucking person that says I sexually went live with 60,000 viewers and told everyone I sexually assaulted her and made everyone stop talking to me for a fucking year. This is the person that did all this stuff, chat. This is the person that fucked my life. I got called a fucking for is this shit.
Okay, that one was a little bit more believable.
She literally says it was her emotional definition, not the definition of sexual assault.
A little bit more believable.
Mizkif also at some point went on to provide screenshots to show that even after this apparently occurred, that allegedly him and Emiru did continue to sleep together and even dated again. And if this is true, he should have included this in his god-awful initial response and not halfway through his clip farming arc, but he didn't. And as I said, most people have already made their minds up about this situation. Right. However, on the other side, people are saying Emiru hasn't walked back anything. This is what she has been saying from the start, and they used the point Mizkif corroborated this story in his own response and admitted to other things like approaching people associated with her, the rabbits, and his own behavior whilst in the relationship. But the main argument in court right now is basically what Emiru meant when she said he allegedly assaulted her. Did she mean the legal definition and accuse him of the crime, or was she using her own emotional definition of SA? That is what is being debated right now. Obviously, we will probably never know for definite what happened that day. This is a defamation case.
It might get settled out of court. I don't know, hard to say.
Not a criminal case, and we only know what they both made public on their streams, of which a legal battle then ensued. In my personal opinion, I think if Emiru wins the case, nothing much is going to change in terms of Mizkif's reputation. If Mizkif wins, I think even though it's a defamation case, he'll push the point that this proves he didn't do anything at all, and probably use it to discredit other things said about him, but that's just my opinion. And although the case is still ongoing, I definitely feel sorry for Mizkif's lawyers, with how many times they've probably told him not to talk about—
Shut up! Shut up! Stop talking! What are you doing? Stop talking! You can't help yourself!
About the case on his streams.
Because what they do, they can use it against him, and he's a dumbass. Like, all you have to do is keep your mouth shut, because at least it gives you the benefit of the doubt.
Recovering from this
plushie attack.
So that is what Mizkif has been up to since the Emiru situation, and in my opinion, with everything he's done since, I think he's starting to go a bit demon time. But I don't think he's fully popped his ult yet, but he has said previously demon time comes in waves, so I guess full demon time is yet to come. I want to see what he says,
man.
It's demon time. But the thing is with demon time, chat, people think demon time is one day. Demon time is not one day. Demon time is a lifestyle. It's long lasting, and it will last years. That's what demon time is.
Maybe, just maybe, demon time was the friends we made along the way.
True.
I don't think Mizkif is ever going to be able to get back to where he was previously in the streaming space, even if he does win his court case. But regardless, he seems to still have somewhat of an audience, and quite recently has begun changing up his content. It isn't just him sat there throwing shit at people anymore. But he still does do that occasionally. But that is basically it. I bet you just checked if that was your Discord. No, nobody.
You motherfucker.
He's messaging you, you little loser. What? Yep, that's all I had to say, and bye-bye.
You... I'm gonna strangle that bird one day. I'm literally gonna fucking grab his little throat and snap his little larynx, man. Yeah, what the fuck, man? Alright. That was a good video. Thanks, Mr. Royalty is here, even if you rage baited me at the end there. And he's from the UK. I'm like, fuck the Monopoly. Look, I have friends in the UK. They're nice people. I wish them nothing but the best. I am not a hateful person, okay?